Movsar Evloev takes on Lerone Murphy this Saturday in the main event of UFC Fight Night at the O2 in London, England. And this is a very competitive fight between these guys. This is the first 5-round main event for Movsar Evloev. Lerone Murphy has one main event under his belt. It was against Josh Emmett back in April in a fight that he won by unanimous decision, so showing that he can go 5 rounds. I think that Movsar Evloev, he's got really good cardio. I'm not concerned about him being able to go 5 rounds either, so should be a fairly entertaining fight. Both of these guys are undefeated in the UFC. Movsar's on a 9-fight winning streak, and Lerone Murphy is on a 10-fight winning streak. So winner in this fight should be getting a title shot. I think you could argue that both these guys could have already gotten one. Don't really know why they haven't as of yet. I'm assuming it's just a timing issue. But Movsar Evloev, kind of a decision machine, has some finishes outside of the UFC, but ever since he's been in the UFC, it's been every win by decision with no finishes. So that might be why the UFC hasn't given him a title shot yet, because they don't deem him as the most entertaining guy in the world. But Lerone Murphy also been to a lot of the decisions, but he does have finishes. You know, he had a finish against Makwan Amirkhani by knee back in 2021, and then recently in his last fight had that devastating knockout over Aaron Pico with the spinning back elbow. So going to be an interesting matchup. Lerone Murphy is going to have the home field advantage, with this being in his home country, and I like his last couple performances. You know, the Dan Ige fight, he did get dropped. It was pretty close. You could argue he hasn't fought the best level of competition. Aaron Pico's been kind of a dud. Unfortunately, Josh Emmett getting up there in age, Dan Ige not looking the best. But he did have, you know, really good performances in those fights. Obviously, the KO over Pico, the fight against Josh Emmett, defended a lot of the takedowns. He did get taken down, but did a really good job maintaining his range, using his leg kicks, using his lateral movement, landing elbows in close, just using his feints, his jabs to kind of stay safe, defend the takedowns, be landing the better shots, and just kind of stay out of danger the entire time, landing the better shots. Think about becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month. Just click that join button down below. Just helps to support the channel. You also get a little bit exclusive content like full card breakdowns, some betting analysis on DraftKings, and we'll start to add some more exclusive content down the road. So again, thanks for the support, guys. Back to the video. And against something like Movsar Evloev, he's going to have to keep it on the feet to win. And I just don't think that he has the takedown defense to do that. He's only got 51% takedown defense. Pico was able to get him down twice. Emmett got him down 4 times. Santos 5 times. Tukagov got him down 6 times. And so I think although he has the athleticism, the movement, good kicks, feints well to kind of set up his strikes, I feel like maybe he can keep Evloev at bay to a degree and just be able to kind of circle out, maybe get back up to his feet if the fight does go to the ground. I think that Movsar Evloev is just too complete of a fighter, and I think that his wrestling is going to be the main deciding factor in this fight. And like I alluded to earlier, he's just got a crazy motor on him. He's got really good cardio, insane cardio. Honestly, he's never really even breathing hard. You look at his fights, and the dude's just kind of a machine. He's from the Caucasus region, so not in Dagestan, not in Chechnya, but right around that area. So you know that he grew up wrestling. Trains out of American Top Team right now, and he's no slouch on the feet either. He's got good boxing, good jab, uses his feints really well. He's got pretty good kicks, and he really uses that to close the distance and to shoot in for his takedowns. He likes to throw the right hand to get his right leg forward and then explode off of that into his takedowns. And I like his forward pressure coupled with his cardio to really be pushing guys against the cage to where he can find his takedowns. And he can even get takedowns against high-level guys in the middle of the octagon. He's got a really good single leg. And even if he is failing the takedowns, he's kind of like Marab in that he can continue to spam takedowns and tire out his opponent even if he's not getting him, because he's the type of guy that's just not going to get tired. So excellent wrestling, can do it all night long. Been in a little bit of trouble, kind of like Lerone Murphy. He's been dropped a couple times. He struggled with the takedown, but still he's winning fights. And the same with Evloev. We saw him in some submission trouble against Diego Lopez, which again, he took that fight on short notice. Maybe he wasn't really preparing for the jiu-jitsu game that Diego Lopez was going to bring. He was training for Bryce Mitchell, but I think that Diego Lopez is a much better jiu-jitsu practitioner than Bryce Mitchell, and he didn't really know what he was getting himself into, because this was Diego Lopez's UFC debut, and he was kind of unknown at the time, but got caught in a deep armbar, got caught in some triangles. Arnold Allen got him in a ninja choke as well, so there are opportunities there, but I don't think those are opportunities for Lerone Murphy, who's only a jiu-jitsu purple belt, not really looking to grapple guys at all. He's looking to keep it on the feet. He did use, I think it was some guillotines that he was using to threaten Josh Emmett when he was shooting in, and was able to defend the takedowns, but again, when he defended the takedowns against Emmett, Emmett's a D1 wrestler, but he's not one of those guys that utilizes his wrestling as much as he should. And I think it's just for fear of kind of getting gassed out, because he's one of those guys who's throwing big strikes on the feet, coupled with wrestling, doesn't allow him to, he's pretty muscled up dude, so I feel like he's kind of worried about gassing out. But going against somebody like Movsar, who I think is more technical, more of a threat on the feet than Josh Emmett, and he's also willing and able to use the wrestling much more effectively. So I'm gonna go with Movsar Evloev. He's got a good chin. I saw him, taking some pretty good shots from Diego Lopez, took some good shots from Arnold Allen, and just barely even flinching. Walking through him, resetting, getting back to the game plan. He took like 4 straight illegal knees from Arnold Allen where his hand was down, cut him open and everything, and just took a little bit of a break, got his wits back about him, and got back after it like nothing happened to win the fight. And though you see all the time guys being putting on the theatrics and kind of milking those instances in fights, and he just kind of brushed it off and went back to work. So very tough dude, never been dropped. Again, never really seen him hurt on the feet, taking big shots, but not really affecting him. And I think he gets this one done. I think that the likelihood of this going to a decision is very high, just because I think Lerone Murphy, he does have decent scrambling ability to stay safe on the ground, and again, never been finished on the ground. And he's got an ability to kind of maintain the defense and the pace over a 5-round fight. But I think that Evloev's just going to be there to control him on the ground, stay safe on the feet, don't get hit with any flying knees or spinning attacks from Lerone Murphy, and just be able to deal with his lateral movement, be able to corner him, cut angles, corral him with punches, get him against the fence, and just work in the clinch and get takedowns and just control him. And again, Evloev, I don't think that he's going to be able to find a finish on the ground. I don't think that he's going to chin Lerone Murphy either. So I think Evloev's going to get this one done. I think the wrestling, it's the same way that I thought that Josh Emmett would have more success, in the same way I thought Aaron Pico would too. And Aaron Pico even got 2 takedowns on him, but Lerone Murphy can be taken down. And just against a guy like Movsar Evloev, who's just a unit of a guy, tough as nails, endless gas tank, can chain wrestle all night, I think that's just a bad recipe for Lerone Murphy. So I think that Evloev gets this one done, and I think he'll get a title shot. And I think that would be interesting to see him versus Volk, because Volk's getting up there in age. He can wrestle really well, but I think it will be an interesting fight between him and a young up-and-comer like Evloev, who's hungry and can really put a pace on him and look to wrestle him. He's going to be the bigger, more stronger guy too. So going to be an interesting fight, but I'm going to go with Movsar Evloev. I think he gets this one done by unanimous decision. Thanks.